Happiness and Success family. This video is for anyone out there who finds themselves being quite limited in their existence, quite limited in their relationships with people, and they want to go to that and reach that next level. They know they have more within them. They know they need to be more grateful, more appreciative, more giving, more loving, more abundant, more self-loving. They want to improve their self-esteem, and this video is going to do just that. So the problem a lot of people face is that they become addicted to their own internal dialogue. Okay, 95% of our perceptions, our beliefs, our behaviors are subconscious programs, simply meaning we've done things so well that we begin to associate it with who we are, and certain actions that we do on a daily basis, it becomes habitual. It becomes effortless. We don't have to consciously think, this is how I do this skill. This is how I do these skills. You just do them. This is why some people just start going on social media and then why did I just go on Instagram or Facebook? What was I doing? I didn't need to go on there. Why did I just do that? It's a subconscious program, and we do this in so many different ways in our lives. Some more obvious than others, and it can be harder for some people to identify their own patterns, their own subconscious patterns internally. It's easier for people to identify their patterns in the physical world, the things that they actually do, and they start questioning, why did I do that? Or why am I doing these things? It's a little bit easier that way, but when you start to break down actions, behind every action there is a pattern, because we all have thoughts that create certain chemicals in our brain, essentially certain emotions and feelings, and if those feelings or emotions are strong enough, then it creates that feedback loop. Every thought we have creates an emotion. Every emotion we have creates further thoughts, and it goes back and forth, and the entire experience, the entire mood, if you will, becomes deeper and deeper ingrained within our subconscious. We teach ourselves to think, feel, and behave in certain ways, and these become habits. Okay, and people get addictive to their own thinking. They get addicted to their own egos. I'm sure you know people who are like constantly attention seeking on maybe social platforms, or constantly trying to make things about themselves, and they turn things to always somehow be about them, and even though it's not really their place, and these sort of things. And these are people who are constantly living a very, very limited surface level life, if you will, because yes, we need to honor and respect our identity and who we are, our personality. We're all different people. We all come from different backgrounds, different experiences, different teachings growing up. We attended different schooling systems. We have different dietary needs. We are of different genders. We have different friends and acquaintances. We've gone to different countries and places. And all of those sort of things. We have different political beliefs, we have different religious beliefs, and every single person is their own subjective, unique self. I get that. I appreciate that. That's a beautiful thing. So yes, there's nothing wrong with wanting things. Yes, there's nothing worth. There's nothing negative necessarily about wanting a quality lifestyle, acquiring positive things, luxury sort of things. But our problem becomes with how we feel towards our possessions, how we feel towards our identity. Do we need to cling on to things? Can you give things away and not be attached to it, even if it's like rather expensive, meaningful things? If you can't, then there's something there. There is a deeper connection. I'm not saying necessarily go and give all your lifelong savings away and these sort of things. That would be stupid. but really, it's essentially all about, yes, giving, but and not being attached to the things we own. And by saying the things we own, I'm not just saying like physical things that we own. I'm going above and beyond that. I'm talking about not being attached to our identity, yes, we all have beliefs, and our beliefs are orchestrated based on our past experiences, our lifestyle, what we've endured, and they've held some deep, powerful meanings within us, and that's why we think and feel in certain ways. But we need to go above and beyond just that, and we need to essentially be our best. And when we're being our best, the ego's not there. We're not consumed with our identity. We're not thinking things like, how will people think of me like this way? Am I looking perfect? And all these sorts of things. That's egoic thinking. That's living into the cultural ideologies, collective thinking, collective conditioning, if you will, the way we feel imposed to have been brought up, the way we are expected to be. But when we get bogged down by, this is who I am, this is how I do things, and that's all that there is, then that's a very limited life, and at times a very superficial and fake life, to be honest, because of the way we try to portray ourselves to the world, even though deep down we might be behave and think and feel differently. and that's a whole separate video actually. But the key thing I want you to glean from this video is the importance of being present, and of being able to control your mind rather than having your mind control you. So yes, we all face an uphill battle in many ways, because like I said, we all think between 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day. 90% of these thoughts tend to be the same as the previous day, because we do the same sort of things, we see the same physical environments, we interact with the same types of people, we do the same routines and behaviours on a daily basis. You know, we drink from the same cup on a daily basis. You know, we brush from the same teeth. We brush our teeth with the same toothbrush and these sort of things. And when we get into that world, we begin to associate ourselves with our environment, and that defines us. And if that's the case, that's extremely limiting and extremely saddening, really, because there's so much more out there. And I don't want to dive into too much detail in this particular video. The main reason I wanted to make this video, the main message I want you to take, is the importance of controlling your mind rather than having the mind control you. And whenever you start to think negative thoughts and you begin to associate with who you are, and you're like, why do I think this way? I hate myself for this. I dislike that about myself. You know, I should be this way. I should be that way. Or that person has more than me. And, you know, I wish I could behave that way, but that's not who I am. Or I wish I could be charismatic, or I wish I could be this way, and I'm not this way. That means you are operating with the egoic mind. You are operating from conditioned consciousness, the way you've taught yourself to think, feel, believe, behave, perceive, and these sorts of things. Your beliefs create your perceptions, and your perceptions create your attitudes, and your attitudes over time creates your personality traits, and your personality traits combined together culminate to create your ultimate identity. But even that really detailed, complicated process that I just outlined, even that's a very limited perspective, and we need to go above and beyond. And we need to be self-actualized, and we need to be fully present in the things that we do. Yes, achieve your goals. Yes, take big, massive action to accomplishing the things that are important to your priorities. I'm not saying neglect who you are. I'm not saying just become philosophical and you know, avoid the external world and be oblivious to what's going on out there. That's not what I'm advocating here. I'm advocating control, and I'm advocating peace and joy and happiness above ego and superficial things that, as a culture, we struggle with massively this day and age. So if you appreciate this content, you want to know more, check out my YouTube channel, guys. Power, Happiness and Success with Alex Gem. Hit the subscribe button and also click the notification bell, because every single week I release several videos and episodes and podcasts that are tremendous and really detailed, and I can't share them in their entirety across other platforms, so you're definitely going to want to subscribe. And you might want to get my book, The Art of Power, Happiness and Success. You can get that at Amazon. You can also get it at my store at www.alexgemstore.com. Hook yourself up. It's a fantastic read. I'm sure you're going to learn a lot from it, and I hope to serve you to the best of my abilities. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.